What a fucking day. Welcome to 91 Octane. We finally hit our first Bimmer Challenge competition of the year at Willow Springs International Raceway. We were expecting rain but had no idea we would get snow. So let's start with how we prepared. I had to turn this NASA TT5 car into a Bimmer Challenge B5 car, which meant adding back some weight since it was easier to do that than cut weight for the B4 class. And I did that by putting back the passenger seat. I took the opportunity to install new seat brackets that moved the seats closer to the transmission tunnel. I also had to remove the LTW wing to get points back for the headers and one-way coilovers I'm already running, but that did give me enough points back to run a front splitter. The plan was to run the reliable Maxxis RC1s, but with the rain I decided to run my RT660s, thinking they would displace more water, but running that also meant losing my splitter to stay within the specifications. Now it's time to load up and get ready. It was a sample of what I would see the next day, because the rain made the experience miserable. Getting there would be a sample of driving on the track that day. Even feathering the throttle is making me lose traction. But the snow gave way to rain and we were back on track. The race car took a smattering of snow in the front. Once I arrived, the place was a ghost town. Even the drivers meeting looked to have more Speed Ventures employees than drivers. I counted a total of 6 at the time, but we were expecting more to trickle in. It finally hits 8:45 in the morning and it's time for our first session. The weather jumped from rain, snow, and sun, but on my way out, I'm battling rain. I was nervous, but I shut that off in favor of trying Big Willow in the wet. My tires quickly realized traction hadn't made it to the track yet, but how bad can it really be? This bad.
I need to be more patient. I've never been in snow before. My tires feel like I'm on solid plastic.
Copy. All right, I'm going to give you a good once-over. Make sure you didn't knock anything loose, get any rocks in your beads, and then we'll let you back out.
That sounds good. Thanks, man.
I mustered up a 2:23.05. To put in perspective, my PB is a 1:35, nearly a whole minute slower. But I survived, and it would be another 2.5 hours before I would get a chance to drive again. The track was shut down by the snow. The skies parted and we were finally blessed with decent conditions. The snow had melted off the race car and the track looks to be fairly dry. It's time to get back out there. I discovered a few differences this session. My tires refused to heat up, I'm feeling the effects of the Aero I removed, and my excursions had messed up my alignment. I had a session best of 140.5 by lap 3, but I knew there was more there. I slowly worked my way up, and by lap 4 I'm ready to hold some flat out. Unfortunately, it turned out the car wasn't completely ready. goes sideways into turn 9, which is probably the worst turn to go on at Big Willow. Had to go back out to shake it off. I realized I had a vibration that gave a good indication that I had flat spotted my tires. I survived another session, so I figured I'd call it here, and unless I was going to buy tires, this seemed like the end of our day. But it wasn't all bad. My session best, a 140.5, was good enough for first in B5 class and third overall. So in the end, I would call the day a success. There are a few things I have to work out for the next event, but we'll get to that once we get to our next round of Bimmer Challenge.